Good morning. The new progression after the arithmetic progression is geometric progression. Let us take an example 2, 4, 8, 60. If we take the difference of any two consecutive terms, then difference between these two terms is 2. Difference between these two terms is 4. Difference between these two terms is 8. So difference is not same. But if we take the ratio between two consecutive terms, if we take 4 upon 2 implies 2. If we take 8 upon 4 implies 2. If we take 16 upon 8 implies 2. So in this type of sequence, the ratio between any two consecutive terms is always same. And this type of progression is called geometric progression. And in shortcut, we write it GP for geometric progression. Its first term is represented by A as usual in arithmetic progression, and the ratio which is fixed between any two consecutive terms is denoted by R and named as common ratio. So what is common ratio? Common ratio is denoted by R, or is equal to either A2 upon A1 or A3 upon A2 or A4 upon A3, or in general we can say AN plus 1 upon AN. If we divide any term by the preceding term, then we find the common ratio. If we take standard GP, then what is standard GP? Whose first term is A and common ratio is R. Standard GP is equal to first term A, then multiplied by common ratio AR square as so on. If we look at the terms, first term is A implies R is power 0. Second term is AR implies R to the power 1. Third term is AR square implies R to the power square. So in each term, the powers of R is 1 less than the number of term. So if we take general term AN or L or Tn is equal to AR to the power n minus 1, this is the formula to find out nth term from the beginning for any geometric progression. Okay, if we take sum of n terms of a GP, let we have given a GP, standard GP AR square, and whose nth term is AR to the power n minus 1. If we find sum of the term Sn is equal to A plus AR square up to AR to the power n minus 1. Now there are two cases. What are two cases? First, where R is equal to 1. This is sum to n terms. Sum to n terms. So case 1, if A is equal to, if R is equal to 1, if R is equal to 1, then Sn is equal to A plus A up to n terms, or implies A into n or n A. But if R is not equal to 1, case second, if R is not equal to 1, then we multiply first by R. If we multiply first by R, then Rsn is equal to what? AR plus AR square plus AR cube as so on, AR to the power n. If we subtract, then what we get? Sn 1 minus R is equal to A as it is, AR to AR cancel, AR square to AR square, as so on. So what we get is equal to A. What we get is equal to A. From here A, again AR cancel, AR square cancel, and AR to the power n minus 1 is cancelled by AR to the power n minus 1. We get minus AR to the power n, or Sn is equal to A common 1 minus R to the power n upon 1 minus R. This is the formula to find sum of n terms in a GP where R is greater than 1. If R is less than 1, if R is greater than 1, so we get Sn is equal to, I write here, Sn is equal to A 1 minus R to the power n upon 1 minus R, if R is less than 1. If R is greater than 1, then Sn is equal to A R to the power n minus 1 upon R minus 1. So these are the formulas to find the sum of n terms of a GP. If GP have infinite terms, then what will happen? Let us take a GP which have infinite terms. So sum of infinite terms in a GP. Sum of infinite terms. Sum of infinite terms. Left we have given a GPA plus AR square as so on up to infinity. Let we have to find out the sum of infinite terms, then we multiply by R, then RSN. RSN is equal to AR plus AR square as so on up to infinity. If we subtract these terms simultaneously, then all the other terms are cancelled besides A. Sn common, then Sn 1 minus R is equal to A, or Sn is equal to A upon 1 minus R. This is the formula used to find out the sum of infinite terms in a GP. Now let us take geometric mean. If we want to find out geometric mean, like the arithmetic mean in AP, geometric mean. Geometric mean, or shortly represented by GM. Geometrical mean or GM. Shortcut we write abbreviated by GM. Let us take two numbers A and B. If we take any numbers G between both of them such that all three are in GP, then G is called the geometric mean of A and B. By the property of common ratio, G upon A is equal to B upon Z, or G square is equal to AB, or G is equal to under root AB. So geometric mean between any two numbers AB is Z is equal to under root AB. We have to insert n geometric mean between two numbers. Let us take n geometric means. If we have to insert n geometric means between A and B, so let these are two numbers A and B. We have inserted n geometric means names G1, G2 up to Gn such that all the forms GP. So now this sequence has n plus 2 terms and last term is B. So by the formula of the last term, B is equal to A, or R to the power n implies n plus 2 minus 1. Total terms is n geometric means plus 2 terms implies n plus 2 terms. So B is equal to A, or R to the power n plus 1, or B upon A is equal to R to the power n plus 1, or R is equal to B upon A to the power 1 plus n plus 1. So this is the formula to find out the R when we have to insert n geometric means between A and B. Now G1, what is the first geometric mean? Is equal to AR. The second geometric mean AR square, and so on, and R is equal to B upon A to the power 1 upon n plus 1. Now let us take relationship between A and GM. So relationship between A and GM. Relationship between AM and GM. Let we have given two numbers, then their arithmetic mean is equal to A plus B upon 2, and their geometric mean is equal to under root AB. If we subtract AM minus GM, so is equal to A plus B upon 2, or minus under root AB. Taking LCM implies A plus B minus twice of under root AB upon 2, or we can write under root A minus under root B ka whole square upon 2. This is always positive because this is a whole square and whole square can never be negative. So this is always greater equal 0, implies AM is always greater equal GM for any two numbers. So for any two numbers A and B, AM will always be greater than equal to GM. Now using these properties, we will solve some problems, important problems of exercise 9.3. Let us take question number 2. Find the 12th term of the GP whose 8th term is 192 and common ratio is 2. Exercise 9.3, and this is question number 2. We have given 12 term of a GP whose 8th term is 192. Standard A8 is equal to 192, implies AR to the power 7 is equal to 192, and common ratio is 2. R is equal to 2, putting to A into 2 to the power 7 is equal to 192, or A into 2 to the 4 to the 8 to the 16 to the 32 to the 64, or to the 128. So A into 128 is equal to 192, or A is equal to 192 upon 128. Now we have to find out 12 terms. So A12 is equal to AR to the power 11. A implies 192 upon 128, 4 into 2 to the power 11. So is equal to 192 upon 128 implies 2 to the power 7, or into 2 to the power 11. Yani 192 into 2 to the power 11 minus 7, 192 into 2 to the power 4, whichever be the calculation. Implies 192 or into 16, or implies 3072. So now let's take question number 3. What is question number 3? The 5th, 8th and 11th term of a GPR, P, Q and S respectively, so that Q square is equal to PS. Question number 3. Given fifth term implies A5 is equal to P, or is equal to A5 implies AR to the power 4. Again given A8 is equal to Q, or A8 implies AR to the power 7 by the formula. N term is equal to AR to the power n minus 1, and 11th term implies A11S, and A11 is equal to AR to the power 10. Now we have to prove. What we have to prove? Q square is equal to PS. So Q square is equal to PS. Let us take left hand side. What is left hand side? Q square. So Q square implies Q. Q implies AR to the power 7 square. Implies A square R to the power 14. Again right hand side. What is right hand side? PS. P implies AR to the power 4, and S implies AR to the power 10, implies A square R to the power 14. Left hand side is equal to right hand side. This is A square R 14, this is A square R 14. So Q square is equal to PS. So likewise, we will solve the numerical problems. Let us take question number 6. For what values of x the number minus 2 upon 7x and minus 7 by 2 are in GP? Let us take question number 6. So what is question number 6? We have given three terms, minus 2 upon 7 x and minus 7 upon 2. These are three terms in GP. For what value of x? If three terms are in GP, then B square is, if A, B, C are in GP by the property, if A, B, C are in GP, implies B upon A or is equal to C upon B, or implies B square is equal to AC. B square, B implies x square, or is equal to A implies minus 2 upon 7 and B implies minus 7 upon 2. Cancel. Yani x square is equal to 1 and x is equal to plus minus 1. So x is equal to either plus 1 or minus 1. Now let us take question number 11. Evaluate. Question number 11, we have to evaluate sigma k is equal to 1 to 11 or 2 plus 3 to the power k. So now putting k value, value of k from 1 to 11. So 2 plus 3 to the power 1 plus 2 plus 3 to the power 2 plus 2 plus 3 to the power 3 and so on 2 plus 3 to the power 11. Putting the value of k from 1 to 11. Now 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 will repeat 11 times in each term. And also from here 3 to the power 1 plus 3 to the power 2 plus 3 to the power 3 up to 3 to the power 11. 2 to 2 11 times implies 2 into 11 plus. Now this is a GP. GP where common ratio is 3 greater than 1. So we will use formula Sn 1 r to the power n minus 1 upon r minus 1. The formula of sum of GP A implies 3. R to the power n implies 11. 3 to the power 11 minus 1 upon 3 minus 1. Yani 22 plus 3 into 3 to the power 11 minus 1 or upon 2. Or we can write 44 plus multiply 3 to the power 12 minus 3 or upon 2. 44 minus 3 yani 41. 41 plus 3 to the power 12 or upon 2. This is the sum of the given GP. Now let us take question number 17. If the 4th, 10th and 16th term of a GP are x, y, z respectively, prove that x, y, z are in GP. Question number 17. Given 4th term implies A4, A4 implies AR to the power 3 or is equal to X. A10, A10 implies AR to the power 9 or is equal to Y. And 16, so A16 is equal to AR to the power 15 or is equal to Z. Are in GP. Let's prove that x, y, z are in GP. If x, y, z are in GP, if x, y, z are in GP, then common ratio must be same. So we will find out common ratio by y upon x and z upon y. So y upon x. What is y upon x? Implies AR to the power 9 upon AR cube implies R to the power 6. Also z upon y. Z upon y is equal to AR to the power 15 or upon AR to the power 9 implies R to the power 6. Y upon x is equal to Z upon y. So common ratio is same in both the case. So x, y, z are in GP because y upon x is equal to z upon y. So x, y, z are in GP. Now let us take question number 18, the important type of question of GP. Question number 18, find the sum to n terms of sequence 8, 8, 8, 888 plus 48 and so on. The given sequence is question number 18, 8 plus 8, 8 plus 8, 8, 8 and so on. Obviously, this is not an AP. This is not an GP. This is not an GP. But if we do some modification, then it will convert into a GP. Let us take common 8. This is Sn. Let us take 8 as common. What we get? 1 plus 1 1 plus 1 1 1 1 1 and so on up to n terms. Okay, now if you multiply and divide by 9, so 8 upon 9 and multiply whole by 9, so 9 plus 99 plus 99 or up to n terms. Now we write 8 upon 9, this 9, 10 minus 1 plus 99, 10 square minus 1 plus 99, 10 cube minus 1 and as so on up to n terms. Now 8 upon 9, 10 plus 10 square plus 10 cube up to n terms minus 1 plus 1 plus 1 up to n terms. Now the resulting sequence is a GP with common ratio 10. So now we will use the formula of a GP. So is equal to 8 upon 9. A implies 10. R to the power n. R implies 10. 10 to the power n minus 1 upon 10 minus 1 or minus 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 n times implies n. So is equal to 8 upon 9, 10 into 10 to the power n minus 1 upon 10 minus 1 implies 9 or minus n. If we further simplify, then 8 upon 9, what we get? 10 to the power n plus 1 minus 10 minus 9n and upon 9. Or we can say 8 upon 9, 9 is 81, 10 to the power n plus 1 minus 9 minus 10. This is the sum of n terms of the given sequence.